Look, on any demolition job, debris is gonna come down. That's just a fact. But how it comes down, well, that's what separates the true professionals from everyone else. This isn't just about getting rid of material, it's about mastering a core skill that really defines a top-tier crew. So, I want you to think about your site. When debris starts falling, is it a controlled, predictable operation, almost like clockwork? Or is it more of a cross your fingers and hope for the best kind of situation? That's the real question, because the answer says everything about the standard you hold. And that's exactly what we're getting into here. This isn't just another safety talk to check a box. We're breaking down the absolute non-negotiable standards that make a worksite professional and, most importantly, safe. So let's dive in. First things first, it all starts with the team. A controlled drop isn't a lucky break. It's a team effort. And the only reason it works is because every single person knows exactly what their role is and they own it. It's all about accountability. Now, what's really cool about this breakdown is how these responsibilities just lock together, right? The supervisor makes sure you've got the training and the right gear. And the worker, you take that training, you inspect that gear, and you flag any issue right away. It's this perfect communication loop where everyone owns a piece of the safety puzzle. Okay, so the team is dialed in, everyone knows their job. The next big piece is the environment itself. This is all about prepping the physical space, the zone, before a single thing starts to move. And at the absolute heart of securing your area is this concept, the control zone. Just think of it like your safety bubble. It's a clearly marked, totally secured area that's designed to contain anything and everything that falls. And let me be really clear, setting one up is completely non-negotiable. So, how do you make one? It's actually a pretty simple 3-step deal. First, you set up your physical barriers. Second, you shout out the danger with some clear signs. And third, you put a person on it, the spotter, to actively manage that zone. That's it. Barriers, signs, spotter. And this is the toolkit you need to get those 3 steps done right. You've got your actual barriers, your tape, you've got those big, obvious warning signs. You've got your spotter. And maybe most important of all, that spotter has a radio. Because without that instant go or no-go call to the crew upstairs, the whole system just falls apart. All right, this brings us to the most critical section, the rules. And I'm not talking about guidelines or best practices. These are the non-negotiables, the things that every single person on the crew has to follow every single time, no exceptions. We're going to start with the do's. Think of these as the building blocks for a professional operation. These are the positive actions that form the foundation of every single safe, controlled drop. Okay, let's run through these. So the first few are all about setting the stage, right? Zones up, signs are posted. Your spotter with the radio is your gatekeeper. But check out these last 2 points because this is what takes it to the next level. Cutting debris into manageable sizes away from the edge, that minimizes risk. And actually controlling the drop, not just chucking it, that's not just about safety. That's about protecting the site and showing you have total mastery over what you're doing. And now for the other side of the coin. The mandatory don'ts. These are the absolute red lines, the things you never, ever do because they put people in danger. There's zero tolerance here. And listen, if you only remember one single thing, make it this. This is the big one. Nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, gets dropped until that radio crackles and the spotter gives the explicit all clear. That final confirmation is the single most important moment. So building on that, let's talk space. That control zone has got to be at least 10 feet wide. That's your bare minimum. And inside that zone, it's a sterile area. No tourists. If you don't have a specific job to do inside that tape, you stay out. Period. Let's just burn this number into our brains. 10 feet. That's the absolute floor. But a real pro reads the conditions. Is the ground slick or sloped? Is the wind kicking up? That 10 feet might need to become 15 or even 20. You adapt the zone to the reality of the site every single day. So let's bring this all home. Everything we've talked about, it isn't about adding extra work to your day. It's about defining the work. It's about taking a task you do all the time and deciding to execute it with the highest possible level of professionalism. And this is really the whole thing in a nutshell. Control the drop, you protect your team. It's not just a good idea. For any crew that calls itself professional, this is the standard. And that really just leaves one final question. The next time you're on site getting ready to send material down, I want you to look at your team, look at your zone, look at your rules, and ask yourself,
Are we truly ready for a professional, controlled drop?